You're viewing a series of histological and gross anatomical slides of the brainstem, arranged to build a three-dimensional understanding of its structure and function. Begin at the caudal end with medullary sections, progress through pons, and finish at the midbrain. Notice how each level shares common organizational themes yet contains unique landmarks. Slide 1, Caudal Medulla, Closed Region. Here you see central canal lined by ependymal cells. Surrounding gray matter is butterfly-shaped, with dorsal, sensory, and ventral, motor, horns. Anteriorly observe paired medullary pyramids, bundles of descending corticospinal fibers. Lateral to each pyramid lies the olive nucleus, visible as a patch of darker staining. White matter tracts flank the gray, divided into anterior, lateral, and posterior columns. Identify the gracile and cuneate fasciculi rising dorsally toward their nuclei. Slide 2, Rostral Medulla, Open Region. The central canal has widened into the fourth ventricle's floor. Beneath the ependymal lining you see solitary and dorsal motor nuclei of the vagus, and more laterally the vestibular nuclei. The medial lemniscus has shifted from dorsal columns into a more lateral position en route to the thalamus. Spinothalamic fibers occupy anterolateral positions. Slide 3, Caudal Pons. Gray pontine nuclei appear as discrete islands within the ventral basilar portion, surrounded by transverse pontocerebellar fibers. The corticospinal tracts persist as longitudinal bundles. On the dorsal tegmentum of the same slice, locate the abducens nucleus by its proximity to the medial longitudinal fasciculus. Nearby are emerging facial nerve fibers looping over the abducens nucleus, forming the facial colliculus on gross inspection. Slide 4, Mid-pons, fourth ventricle floor. The ventricular cavity is prominent. On each side of midline identify the motor and principal sensory trigeminal nuclei, large, lightly stained regions. The medial lemniscus has rotated dorsomedially. The superior cerebellar peduncle lies posterolaterally, its decussation visible in higher sections. Slide 5, Rostral pons, cerebellar peduncle attachments. Transverse sections show thick middle cerebellar peduncles as lateral wings. The pontine nuclei remain ventral. The tegmentum contains the locus coeruleus, identifiable by its blue-black pigment. The mesencephalic nucleus of V lies dorsolaterally within the tegmentum. Slide 6, Caudal midbrain, tectal region. The aqueduct is central. Dorsal to it are inferior colliculi. Their underlying nuclei appear as paired rounded masses. Medial periaqueductal gray surrounds the lumen. Medial lemniscus and spinothalamic tracts occupy anterolateral tegmentum. Slide 7, Midbrain, oculomotor nuclei. At this level the oculomotor nucleus is a cluster of medium-sized neurons ventral to the periaqueductal gray. Edinger-Westphal sits just rostral and medial. Ventral crus cerebri reveals corticospinal fibers. The red nucleus appears as a circular, darkly staining area lateral to the medial lemniscus. Slide 8, Rostral midbrain, superior collicular level. The aqueduct has narrowed. Superior colliculi are visible dorsally as paired protrusions, their neurons form distinct layers. Cerebral peduncle has expanded ventrally. Substantia nigra lies between crus and tegmentum, its dark melanin-containing neurons evident. Throughout these slides, notice the consistent layering, ventricular lining, periaqueductal/periventricular gray, tegmental nuclei and tracts, and ventral motor pathways. Track labeled tracts, medial lemniscus rotating through levels, corticospinal fibers descending unchanged, and transverse pontine fibers unique to pons. Correlate histological features with gross landmarks, facial colliculus, pyramids, olives, colliculi, and peduncles. This slide series reinforces how each rostrocaudal level of the brainstem integrates sensory, motor, autonomic, and cranial nerve functions in a continuous yet regionally specialized tube of neural tissue.